Hey, what's up guys, TotallyDubbed here, and today I'm doing a video review on the Sony MDR-1000X. Now these are Bluetooth headphones that come with ANC technology. They're very much regarded as the #1 or #2 headphones, depending on how you look at it, in terms of ANC technology. And that's because you've got the Bose Quiet Comfort 35s, which I'll get into a comparison in terms of sound quality and ANC with the Sonys. Now the Sonys aren't cheap, neither are the Bose QC 35s. The Sonys can be found for £300 on Amazon.co.uk, on Amazon USA for $330. Just as a reference point, the QC 35s can be found for £330, so in this review I'll compare the two and talk about them. So first, the Sonys. In terms of the overall build quality of the Sonys, they're fantastic. They're beautiful to look at, and they've got like a nice sort of texture on the outside, like a leather-esque material on the outside. However, do bear in mind that if you do knock it around, you will see that there's a couple of chips. As you can see, this review unit has a couple of chips on it, so do bear that in mind. The right and left indicator can be found within the headphones themselves, and the drivers can be fully folded in, and they also pivot, which means in terms of portability it's fantastic. I should mention in the box, which I don't have it right here, you've got the box, you've got a airline adapter, you've got a 3.5mm jack, and you've got an airplane adapter as well if you were to take it in the plane. So all the required essentials, with a micro USB to USB connector in order to charge the headphones themselves. Now in terms of continuing with the build quality, on the right hand cup you've got the micro USB input with a little indicator in terms of for charging. On the left side cup you've got a 3.5mm input, you've got the on and off button, you've got the noise cancelling button, and you've got the ambient sound button, which I'll get into all in just a bit. In terms of comfort, these are very comfortable. They've got very soft pads, and they've got a nice little small cushion at the top, which means the headphones don't dig into your dig into the top of your head. They've got a nice silver build at the top over here, which makes them look rather premium and makes them stand out from the rest of the crowd, especially in terms of like in comparison to the Bose. I think these actually look a lot more premium than the Bose do. However, in terms of comfort, it's a little bit hit and miss. If you're not going to be moving around, I'd much prefer the Sonys. If, however, you're going to be moving around, I felt that the clamp force and the way that the Bose are designed, that the Bose are a little bit more comfortable to wear over the Sonys. So do bear that in mind in terms of which one you would prefer, but just in terms of a comfort zone, I much prefer these because I'm not going to be really running around with the headphones on. However, if you were going to be, then I would choose the Bose rather than the Sonys. In terms of clamp force as well, they're very weak, which means that they sit comfortably, but if you were to shake your head, they're going to fall off. They do extend it a good amount, and a headband over here has a nice clicky sound to it, as you can hear, so it's great in terms of adjustments and for it to stick to the certain adjustment that you've left it at. Now moving on to the active noise cancellation part of it. The active noise cancellation part, I felt the Sonys were absolutely fantastic. They were actually class leading in terms of what they can offer. However, again, in comparison to the Bose, I felt that the Bose had a slight upper hand in terms of cancelling out all the mid-range tones. In terms of low tones, I would say they're pretty much equivalent. In terms of the mid-range tones that it was able to cancel out, the Sonys just struggle a little bit in comparison to the Bose. When I say a little bit, I would say it's a little 10% worse than the Bose in terms of active noise cancellation, which is very minimal, and it's not something I think will bother many, but however, it is slightly worse than the Bose in that respect. It's very, very slight, as I can't stress that enough, but it's something to bear in mind if you're going to be considering the two, given the fact that they're both at the same price point. In comparison to cheaper headphones, this is definitely the #2 headphone in comparison to all the rest. So all the rest under it don't cancel out sound as good as the Sonys do. So in terms of that, if you're wondering about a cheaper headphone, no, these will do a better job, and so will the Bose. Now in terms of the sound quality, now this is where things actually get interesting, because in my opinion the sound quality of the Bose is nowhere near as good as the Sonys are able to offer. The Bose, in my opinion, have the highs are rolled off, they don't extend very well, and the lows have a cutoff point in the sub-bass frequencies. Therefore you get a kind of a mid-range-esque sound, which with the extremities of the frequency response of the headphones to be pretty poor. The Sonys, on the other hand, don't have that. They extend extremely well in the low end, providing a low end rumble. The mid bass has a nice slam which is controlled, which is also something that the Bose struggled in terms of providing a nice precise controlled mid bass slam. The mid range is nice forward sounding. It's not pushed back, it's not recessed as you would normally expect from headphones, especially of ones which are wireless. And the highs extend lusciously at the top end. They've got a fantastic sparkle, and the overall sound that these provide is absolutely fantastic, and I can't stress that enough. In terms of overall sound quality, I would choose the Sonys any day of the week over the Bose. They just provide a much better sound overall in terms of the overall presentation, including the soundstage, which is nice and wide. It's got a good depth to it, mainly because of the way that the cups are made, and they've got fantastic instrument separation coming from left and right, different ways. It's really, really good. So in terms of sound quality, I would choose the Sonys over the Bose. If you're looking for active noise cancellation, I would choose the Bose over the Sonys. So it really depends up to you, but in terms of an overall package, if I had to pick between the two, I would probably opt for the Sonys, because I'm not going to be running around with my active noise cancellation headphones. They are slightly cheaper to buy. The active noise cancellation is 90% of what the Bose can offer, and the sound quality is 50%, I would say 30% better than what the Bose can offer, because that extremities, something that you might not notice when you're listening to normal headphones or cheaper headphones, you will notice when you start going more high-end headphones, more expensive headphones. Those sort of qualities really come out quite a lot. Now, in terms of extra features, something that I should mention about the Sonys, which is something again that has the upper hand over the Bose, is the fact they've got touch controls. Now, the touch controls are on the right hand side, if I'm not mistaken. You've got NFC, by the way, on the left hand side, so quickly pair it up. And in terms of connectivity, you connect via Bluetooth. It connects very quickly, and in terms of range, I've got absolutely no problems. And over 10 meters or so through walls. And in terms of battery life, you've got around 20 hours of playback time, which is fantastic for a headphone of its sorts. Now, in terms of the touch controls, they're fantastic. You go up to swipe up with volume, swipe down for lower volume, left and right. And the best thing about all of them is that if you were to put your hand over the headphones while you're wearing them, it suddenly pauses the music and really brings out the environment, which is fantastic, because if you want to quickly pay for something at a cashier and you have your headphones on and your hands are full, you quickly put your hand over your headphone and you can hear the cashier talking, or you can hear like the machine or whatever it might be that might be interacting with you. Or if you want to cross the road and you're not sure and you want to look around, you can quickly put your hand over it and then quickly listen out to anything around you. It's so useful and such a small little feature that they've included, and it works flawlessly each time I tried it, and I really love this feature. It's a great little feature to have, and Sony have done a fantastic job here. And speaking about ambient sound, I should mention the ambient sound button. So we talked about noise cancellation mode, which by the way doesn't negatively affect the overall sound quality, so I would always use active noise cancellation mode on in Bluetooth mode. Ambient sound mode essentially opens up the headphones and makes you listen out to your environment around you. Now, this might be useful, again, like the thing that you put over your hand is very useful in terms of listening to your surroundings. Very useful feature if you want to protect your safety, if you're crossing the road, as I said, or if you're, for example, I don't know, wearing them in a situation where you might need to quickly hear the sound around you, or you're in a work environment. You can quickly tap that button and you can hear everything perfectly projected to you. The way it does it is fantastic, and the mid and highs come out from the environment around you, and you can hear everything. So in that feature, and those features are pretty unique. I mean, you get them in other headphones as well, but you don't get them in the Bose as far as I'm aware, and so the QC35s lose out in that respect to the Sonys. So if you're asking me what are the best Bluetooth headphones to buy with ANC technology, and you've got a pretty much unlimited budget, then I would spend £300 on these over the £330 found on the Bose. These provide a fantastic sound quality, and overall I would rate them as the best active noise cancellation headphones you can find on the market today. Anyway guys, I've been Totally Dubbed. Hopefully you've enjoyed this review. Make sure you give it a like, comment, subscribe. Let me know in the comments below what you think, and if you got any other suggestions in terms of ones which are better than this. And more than anything, let me know what you think of the Sonys themselves. Alright guys, I've been Totally Dubbed. Take care and bye bye.